Hi, my name is Reggie Hoig from CrossFit Waukee, and I got Dr. Vosberg here from Team Chiropractic.
Thanks for having me out.
Yep. And we just had the workout 15.3 released. It's going to be a 14-minute AMRAP. You got 7 muscle ups, 50 wall balls, and then 100 double unders, as many reps as possible. So I think this is very interesting because we've got the muscle ups at the beginning, this at the end. So that's definitely a change up by Castro. So we'll just kind of see how it goes. But basically today we want to try to take you through some of the movements that you're going to see, and basically with Dr. Vosberg's help, figure out some stretches and some mobility that we can do to get ready. So what were your thoughts on some of the movements?
Yeah, so the big thing is with the muscle ups, we want to make sure we have good shoulder mobility, both internal and external rotation of the shoulder, as well as you want good thoracic spine mobility, so kind of right through this region here. That's going to help you kind of get through the end part of that dip. And then we also want to get front of the hip mobility, so anterior hip mobility through that psoas and hip flexor complex, so you can kind of swing your legs back further to get more momentum going up through the muscle up, as well as it'll help with the wall balls getting down. Then you're going to, because your hips are going to get fatigued through there. So we want to get the front of the hip for the wall balls, and we're also going to get the back of the hip. That's going to let us get our depth, and as we power up through, the front of the hip mobility is going to be very beneficial. The first exercise we're going to get into is shoulder internal rotation. So this is a PIR stretch, so we'll have Reggie lay on his side here. That stands for post-isometric relaxation. We're actually going to use muscle resistance to help us get further through that motion. So we're going to start with Reggie rolling up onto his shoulder to lock it down. We're going to stay right there, 90 degrees here at the shoulder. He's going to take the arm as far as he can this way until we're out of any range of motion, just like that. And so he'll do this on his own. He's going to take this hand, pressure here. With this hand here, he's pushing back against the top hand, about 30%. Go ahead and push and hold for about 6 seconds. So 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Relax and drop to that next level and hold. And you're going to go ahead and push again. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Relax, next level, hold. And don't let yourself come any further this time. So go ahead and push. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and drop. And we eventually run out of room to go through that shoulder rotation. And so that's going to give us a really good stretch on that anterior aspect of the shoulder, getting good internal rotation. This stretch, we're going to more focus on our external shoulder rotation this way. And we're going to have Reggie kind of jump in and start stretching his pecs here. If we're at 90 degrees, we're going to get pec major. So we're going to have him step through and feel that pull across the front of the shoulder there. And he's going to stay squared up. And then as he can get more mobility, he's going to keep pushing through. And again, this stretch, again, you can hold 8 to 10 seconds, move through it, hold 8 to 10 seconds, and move through it. If we switch up to 45 degrees, kind of up here a little bit more, there, now we're getting pec minor. So it's going to be a different pull, typically going to be tighter for people. Same type of thing pushing through. And that's going to help increase that shoulder external rotation. Next movement we're going to do gets into the front of the hip and opens up that hip flexor complex. So we're going to have Reggie take a knee here. The back leg's the one we're stretching. And the first thing we want to do is I want to avoid rib flares. So we're going to keep his ribs locked down right there. And then you're going to keep your butt tucked under, so kind of a plumber butt. And I'm going to have him go ahead and glide forward. Keeping this locked down, glide forward. And he's already stopping there. He's already got a pretty good stretch right on the front of the hip there. And so we're going to do 10 reps like that. For demo purposes, we'll just do 3, 4, keep those front ribs locked here, down, there. Just like that. And you're going to try to gain more distance each time. Then we're going to go ahead and switch forward, 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 and now lean over that front leg. This is going to get the muscle fibers a little bit differently. It's going to have a different pull on them. And we're going to have more of a triplanar motion here. Perfect. Just like that. Last part of this series is going to be forward and rotate. Perfect. And back, forward, 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 rotate. And that's going to give that triplanar stretch, that psoas muscle. Again, going to help with hip extension on our muscle ups. And it's going to help as we work through the wall balls as well. This movement here, we're going to try to get the posterior capsule of our shoulder so we can really get good depth with wall balls. So we're going to have Reggie jump up here, bring his leg over in a figure 4 motion. And again, we're stretching this aspect of his hip now. And he wants to think about keeping a neutral spine and sinking down and back toward this hip more. And right now he's got a really good pull right through this region here. And that's going to help open up the back of that capsule so he can get further in his wall ball. This movement, we're going to work on thoracic spine mobility. So first, we're going to work on thoracic rotation. We're going to have Reggie with his knees under his hips and his hands under his shoulders. We're going to kind of bring his hips up there. Perfect. First movement's going to be hands straight out. He's going to look up at it, just like that. So we don't want the arm back too far or forward, just straight up. And that's going to give a good stretch through here, plus give us rotation. Back down, 8 to 10 seconds, other side. You may notice a discrepancy between the two sides, and that's just a lack of mobility that you want to keep working through. The next part would be with foam rolling. We want to get extension through the thoracic spine here. And so the key thing here is to make sure we get extension at each level. And so we can open up our external shoulder rotation through here, and then we can try to extend through each vertebral level there in the thoracic spine. Even when he comes up toward the top of the neck here, so come back down, there we go, further, 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 further. We can drop the head and extend more through that area as well.